Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make this really pretty detailed bikini top. I hope you guys enjoy it. Let's go ahead and get right into the tutorial. So I'm going to be using this weight 5 cotton yarn. It is a like t-shirt cotton. It's the same yarn that I was using in my previous video. I'm just so in love with it. It's so beautiful. I will leave in the description box what brand it is because I forget off the top of my head, but I'll put it in the description box. And I'm also going to be taking a 5mm hook. To get started, I'm just going to make a slip knot. And I'm going to chain a total of 7. This is going to be for a size small. So then block off the last chain with your finger, chain an additional 2, prepare for a double crochet, and then go into the chain that you blocked with your finger and place a double crochet. So I put my hook through that chain, going to yarn over, pull through, then I'm going to yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. That is a double crochet, and I'm going to be placing 1 in every chain going back down the row. So now that I'm on the very last chain, I'm going to be placing 3 double crochets through this same chain. Now that I have the 3 double crochets in the same chain, I'm just going to chain 1 and then place an additional 3 double crochets through the same chain to make the turn. Now I'm just going to be chaining along the back side of the row, placing 1 double crochet in every chain. So now that you've reached the end of the row, now we're going to begin on the second row. So I'm just going to chain 2, flip over my work, and then I'm going to be chaining back along. So you're going to place 1 double crochet in each chain until you reach the chain 1 space that you made at the very corner turn. This chain is connected to the chain 2 that counts as your first double crochet of the row. So I'm going to go through the very next chain. So now that I've reached the chain 1 space, all I'm going to be doing is placing 2 double crochets through that entire space. So I'm just going to put my hook through that space, place 2 double crochets, then I'm going to chain 1, go right back into that space and place 2 more double crochet. Now I'm just going to be going back into the chains and placing 1 double crochet in each chain until I reach the end of row 2. Now that I've reached the end, I'm going to begin on row 3. So always chain 2 at the beginning of each row, flip over your work. Then for row 3 and for all the remaining rows until you have the size that you need for your cup, you're just going to be placing 1 double crochet in each chain until you reach the chain 1 space beneath it. You're going to place 2 double crochet, chain 1, 2 double crochet, and continue that all the way around. I'm probably going to do 2 or 3 more rows, depends how large you need your top to be. But yeah, so that's all I'm going to be doing for the cups. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do a few more rows, and then I'll come back once I've finished. So now that I'm finished with the size of my cup, I think I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows of double crochets. Just going to cut yarn over, pull through to knot it. And then I'm going to make one more, and I'll be back once I'm finished with the second. So now that I've made my second cup, I'm not going to cut and tie it. I'm just going to continue the same thread, so that I'm going to just crochet along the bottom to attach them together. So continuing off from your second cup, just chain 2. And then I'm going to be placing double crochets, and we're crocheting along the side of the row, so there's not going to be definitive chains. All I'm going to be doing is just placing double crochets. If you're placing it in the side of a double crochet, then just place 2, kind of like skip over, really wherever it works to place a double crochet is totally fine. So once I have that, I'm just going to take my second cup and then I'm just going to chain 1, prepare for a double crochet, and then go into the very corner of the other side. So then the 2 sides should be attached. Then you're just going to continue placing double crochets along the other side until you reach the end. So now once I'm at the end, all I'm going to do is chain 2, flip over my top, and then I'm going to do one more row of double crochet. So I'm placing 1 double crochet in every chain. Once I've reached the middle, we only did chain 1 in between the cups, so all I'm going to do is prepare for a double crochet, go straight through the whole middle piece, place 1 double crochet there. And then you can just jump right back into the chains along the other side, placing 1 double crochet in every chain until you reach the end of the row. So once I'm done with the second row of double crochet, all I'm going to do is I flipped it over, I'm going to chain 2, then I'm going to chain an additional 1, prepare for a double crochet. I'm going to skip over the first chain of the row, place my double crochet in the second chain. Then I'm going to chain 1, skip over the next chain, place a double crochet in the chain after. So I'm just going to continue chaining 1, skipping a chain, placing a double crochet. This is going to make a kind of like a square pattern. So I've made it to the end of my row, and if you have an even number, that's great. I don't. I have an extra chain. All I'm going to do is just place 1 extra double crochet just to finish the row. So then for the next row, I'm going to chain 2, flip over my work. And since I do kind of have like a strange 2 chains, I'm just going to skip over this chain, prepare for a double crochet, and I'm going to be placing 2 double crochets in this chain. Chain 1 and 2 more double crochets. If you don't have a weird 2 double crochet, then all you would do is I would chain 2, and then I would go in between your very first square space, place 1 double crochet, and then in your next space I would place the flower pattern. So or you know, whatever works for you. It doesn't have to be perfect or precise, because all we're going to be doing is alternating between. So in this very next square space, I'm just going to prepare for a double crochet, go straight through it, place 1 double crochet. Then I'm going to go through the very next square space, placing 2 double crochet, chain 1, 2 double crochet. So that's all I'm going to be doing for this row, just alternating between placing one double crochet in a square space and then a flower in, or a fan pattern in the very next one. One double crochet, so in my very last square space, I had just placed a fan. So I'm going to be placing one double crochet, except I'm going to be going through the side chain instead of going through the entire square, just so that the edge kind of like, just so that the edge looks flat. So now for my next row, I'm going to chain 2, flip over my work. Then I'm going to be placing a little fan in the middle of the fan beneath it. I'm going to prepare for a double crochet, go through that chain 1 space, place 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 more double crochet. And then prepare for a double crochet, and then in that single double crochet in the very next square space beneath it, I'm just going to be placing 1 double crochet. Then I'm going to go back in through the middle of the fan, place 2 double crochet, chain 1, 2 double crochet, and that's all I'm going to be doing for this entire row. So once I'm finished with that row, for the last row of the design for this top, I'm just going to chain 2, flip over my work, chain an additional 1, then I'm going to skip over the very first chain of the row, place a double crochet in the second chain. Then I'm going to chain 1, skip over the next chain, which would kind of be the chain 2 space, but it doesn't matter. So we're just going to be skipping over the next chain, placing a double crochet in the chain after. So we're just going to be continuing that pattern just to add a square edging along the bottom. So now once I'm finished with the last row, I'm going to end my top there. I'm just going to be, I actually needed one more. So now that I'm finished, I'm just going to be continuing this off and chaining. So this is going to be a strap for the side. I am going to be adding 2 straps along the side since this is such a large design piece. I want a little bit more support right underneath my bust line, so I'm going to have 2 straps coming off. So as you can see on the top that I have previously made, I'm going to have 2 straps for the side, then I'm going to have a strap for the top, and yeah, so that's all I'm going to be doing. And then all I do to attach it is I cut and tie, make a double knot, and then chain off. So that's all I'm going to be doing. So I do also want to show you, since this is such a deep V, I don't want there to be that much space in between my cups. I don't want all of my cleavage hanging out. So all I'm going to do is reattach my yarn. Just make a double knot. So then all I'm going to do is I'm going to chain 1. Actually, I'm going to chain 2. Then I'm going to go across to the corresponding chain on the other side and attach that with a slip stitch. So then once you have it attached to the other side with your slip stitch, you can go up to the very next chain, attach that with a slip stitch, kind of flip it over. You could chain 1 or 2 depending on how cinched you want your top to be. Probably just chain 2 again. I'm going to just put my hook through the other side on the corresponding chain. with a slip stitch, and then you can just continue up from there. So if you want to do another chain, slip stitch, chain 2, go across to the corresponding chain, slip stitch. That's how I like to connect my top together, but that's optional. So yeah, and then to end that, I'm just gonna leave a small tail, yarn over, pull through to knot that. But yeah, so then once I finish with attaching the straps, that is it for this tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments, and thank you so much for watching. Yeah.